you look at that game and it was just hilarious. You get all this talk about the Cowboys are the best, and I'll be one of the guys. I'll take the bait. I thought that the Cowboys were the next best team in the NFC. I really did. With the way their defense was playing, offense was doing decent. Dak wasn't turning the ball over. They were stopping everybody from running on them. I was like, "Ooh, this is a good team." Finally, they put it together. But at the end of the day, Dak's gonna Dak, and their coach is gonna be what he is. They lost their corner, and they just got bullied by the damn Cardinals. I think the most horrifying stat for that game, the Cardinals rushed 30 times for 222 yards, one game, 77.4 yards per rush, two touchdowns. They freaking they put it on them. And so I could not be happier. I really, really couldn't. I put this poll up. I was in, enjoyment phase. The Niners weren't playing, so I was just relishing. You guys all know my story with the Cowboys. Grew up in Dallas, Fort Worth, hate them. I can't stand them. A big reason why I'm a Niners fan is because how much I hate the Cowboys. But I put this poll out there. I was like, what's the favorite thing about the Cowboys getting beat by the Cardinals? I gave 4 options. Number 1, Dak turning the ball over. That's huge. Dak, he shrinks. He shrinks. When the game's on the line, he shrinks. And I don't know if you guys saw this. We had our Zoom hangout last night. We were talking with the Brain Trust, which was a great time. And one of the Cardinals defenders, I'm not sure who it was up in Dak's face in the fourth quarter. Just, doing all this hand motions and just like, you could see him. It's like, you're soft, you're weak, you're trash. And Dak just shrank down. He doesn't have the killer mindset. There's a reason why he can't win playoff games. What happened? You got a fourth quarter game. You're within one possession. You turn the ball over in the red zone. Now, it was his first turnover of the year. So I think that's, props to him. He's beating his previous best with turnovers. But Dak turning the ball over, that was one option. They got 25%. 200 plus rush yards allowed against the Cardinals. That one got 30%. They just got bullied, man. They just got bullied. CD Lamb throwing fits and complaining about Dak Prescott on the sideline. That got 8%. And the number one, 37% votes. Dallas fans gone from Twitter. Couldn't find them. they packed up and left. That's just what it is. They were gone. Couldn't find them. Talking Ed, thank you for the super chat. Really appreciate that. I think the Arizona game may prove interesting. Mobile quarterback, big arm, tough running back, matches with the Niners kind of well. Might be a game. They have played everybody close. You look at what the Cardinals have done, and we'll do our film work and we'll do our predictions and all that stuff, which we've done really, really well on our predictions all year so far. But you got to give it to, the Cardinals. They have played every single team beyond close. Well, I guess you could say the Cowboys game wasn't close because they blew them out by 18 points. But, the Cardinals go out there week 1 against the Commanders, barely lost. They lost by 4. Then the Giants, they were up 20-0, only to lose in the second half. And they kind of righted the ship against the Cowboys. They literally just beat the tar out of them start to finish. I don't think the Cowboys were leading at any point in this game. First quarter was 9-3. At the end of halftime, it was 21-10, 21-13 at the end of the third, and then 28-16. So they got beat start to finish. Start to finish. I mean, it was just, I loved it. So a lot of things I keep getting, and I love this as a coach too. Whenever I was coaching, I hated when the team we were about to play lost. And so, like, you'd make it to the playoff round and you're traveling, you're on buses or whatever else, right? And so you win your game, you go back home, and then you're playing, a team that's playing across the state of Texas. Texas is huge, right? And the kids would be checking. Oh, hey, so-and-so just won. So-and-so just lost. And, in the playoffs, you got to win or move on. But when your district opponents would lose the week before us, I hated it. Because you'd hear the kids on the back of the bus. Oh, so and so just lost, man. We gotta roll those guys. They lost to them. Oh, we're gonna kill them. And I was just like, gosh, man, I hate this mindset. We got to fix this. But they're teenagers, it's high school football. It's what it is. But man, one, nobody, and people are like, oh, this is gonna be a trap game, trap game, trap game. There is no such thing as a divisional trap game. There's no such thing. Now they just beat the Cowboys. Whatever you were concerned about, or if you were just like taking them lightly, you're not now. They rushed for 222 yards. Niners aren't going to take the Cardinals lightly. They're not. And, I put this poll out there. I asked this. I said, harder game for the 49ers. This is the live poll on YouTube live, if you're watching live. I said, what's the harder game for the Niners? Week 3 Cardinals, week 4 Cowboys. 2/3 said Cowboys, 1/3 said Cardinals, which, hey, that's crazy. If I would have asked that same question last week, it probably would have been 95% Cowboys, 5% Cardinals. But they've showed up. And, I loved it. I really, really did. It was some poor coaching from Jonathan Gannon, but he's that guy that thinks he's smarter than everybody else, but he doesn't have any skins on the wall, going for 2 early and all that kind of stuff. And then, I don't know. I'm not a fan of Jonathan Gannon. I don't think he's a good dude. I think he's a pathological liar. If you've ever watched any of his press conferences, the dude just makes stuff up. I'm not a fan of him. So it's weird. Josh, he says, talking about Dallas, Diggs' replacement did not look good either. He did not. Now, the way that the Cardinals offense works, they have a stout run game with a physical runner, and they have tiny little bitty wide receivers. Michael Wilson's not tiny. He's their only big guy. But you're looking at Rondale Moore. You're looking at Hollywood Brown, shifty kind of Tutu Atwell guys. But I'm not concerned about Dallas's corners, even whenever they had Travion Diggs. Like, we rolled that dude back-to-back years. Ain't even concerned about him. He's soft. He's soft. The physicality of the Dallas defense, yeah, how'd that work out? They got punched in the mouth over and over and over again. Never answered the call. Never answered the call. Michael Parsons, amazing. They were running right at him. Juicy. I like it. Yeah, we'll kind of see there. Now, look at this. Eric says Josh Dobbs, more like Josh Dubs. And that's the thing. You look at the Cardinals now, mobile quarterback, strong running game. If the Cardinals can run the ball effectively against the Niners, you got a game. Obviously, they ran for, 222 yards against us. But here's the difference. And I put this out on Twitter too. The 49ers defense has only allowed 159 rush yards through 3 games combined total. Cowboys gave up 222 in 1 week to the Cardinals. We're not the same. We're not the same. Now, I understand comparing all these different games against each other are different. When you play the Cowboys week 5, that's going to be a bloodbath. It just is. Do I think the Cowboys make the playoffs? I do. Do I think the Cowboys are better than the Niners? I do not. Cowboys could still win their division. But man, I'm telling you right now, 49ers, baby. Their stock was up this week with that Thursday short week blowout win. Cowboys way down. That's what's crazy. Cowboys, just yikes. Double yikes. Losing by 12 points, man. 12 points. Yikes. Ed, Niners passed the eye test. Also, the Cowboys are really not that great on offense. Their defense is okay. I need to see more. Yeah, you got to see more. And whenever they can blow teams out, and I get that, and they've done that. They're front runners. It's who the Cowboys are. It's who Jerry Jones is. It's who Dak Prescott is. They're front runners. It's who their fan base is. Where were their fans yesterday? They disappeared, man. Ghosts. And that's whenever we say, like, okay, how do I start every single show? How do I end every single show? Faithful. You don't be one of those guys. I get it sucks when your team lose, but we're not them. You know what I mean? Faithful then, faithful now. We were faithful with Dennis Erickson. You know what I mean? We were faithful with Chip Kelly. Faithful, not Cowboys. That's not who we are. Those fans, different. Tuck tail and run. Hide, stick your head in the sand. And they've had to do it for, 30 plus years. Can't even get past the divisional round. They haven't been in one NFC championship game. We've been 3 out of 4 years. Have either won the Super Bowl? No, that's a legit criticism, but we're still here. Don't be them. Don't be them. We're better than them in every way. And I truly believe that. Somebody that grew up my entire life in Texas, North Texas, we are better than them. It's a shitty fan base. They have a lot of people, terrible fan base, terrible ownership, terrible coaching, terrible leadership. The one thing that they're good at, their police records. They are full. I will say that.